What is good, everybody? It is your girl Nia, the video game her, and sorry for being a little bit late. But we are here now. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give our introductions and let you guys know who we are and what we've been playing and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and start with Coupon. Coupon, let the people know who you are, what you've been gaming on.
Yo, what's up? Excuse me today, I'm feeling a little under the weather and a little out of the loop, but my name is Coupon Strives, your gaming diva, and your struggle diva all in one, because that's just the way I roll. But you can find me on Coupon Strives over on YouTube, and Coupon on Twitch and Twitter, and also Facebook at Coupon Strives. And I like to stream from time to time, so yeah, come through.
Alright, Alex, let the people know who you are and where they can find you.
Alright, what's going on, everyone? ActiveSyn here. We're back for another episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at ActiveSyn Gaming. YouTube is just ActiveSyn. And yeah, that's where, and the Discord channel, that's where I am most of the time.
Alright, Coupon, what you been gaming on, sis?
I'm finishing up Persona. Went back to Overwatch to see what new event they got. It's trash, don't buy it.
You have to buy events?
No, I mean just don't buy the game. Like it's trash now. Because
Wow.
I think rumors saying that they are working on Overwatch 2 or some other project that's taken away from Overwatch. So if you want something from Overwatch, don't just leave now. Don't waste your money or time. Paragon has an event that I've been playing. Their little winter event, Paragon. It's pretty cool. They got a new hero out, Terra. She's pretty easy. She's a tank character of sorts, so that's pretty cool. Once I'm done with Persona, I plan on going to Lost Legacy because I got to get up on that, you know. And in between Persona, when I'm not feeling like playing Persona right away, I've been finishing up on some Stardew Valley, doing a little. I got to finish. I'm almost at the end of that freaking chef game. The Chef Brigade. I just got to finish the last part of it, so that's good. And then I picked up some other games, forgot the name of them, unfortunately. Oh wait, one of them is called the rhythm game with the kids. I forgot the name of it.
Floor Kids!
Yeah,
there you go. I got the Floor Kids. It's so cute.
Is it fun?
It is hilarious. It's so cute. It's fun. It's just it's not easy to pick up on the move sets. But I like how they have it set up the way they have it. It's actually some thought into that, not just button mashing. But yeah, that was a good one. And then the other game that we talked about, I think the other week, with the kind of the half. No, not that one. The other one with the kind of the It had like the beat 'em up kind of stuff to it, plus the RPG elements with the girls that were just kind of. No. Not that. I don't ever play that weeboo shit. Like non-weeboo shit. It was the one that Alex was talking about. I forget the name of it. It was a beat 'em up type of sort of
with the blow dryer thing
or something. I don't know.
Phantom.
Yeah, that one. It has nothing to do with touching girls. Stop that. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't touch girls. I don't care about the girls. I can touch myself freely, and I'm fine. So there.
Whoa, there's a PG show, lady. Goddamn.
Team Red. All the way from Team Red.
This is a PG show. Jesus.
No, we're trying to sell the show and sex sells. Keep it up, Coupon.
I mean, nah, just play. But
get this shit on iTunes. They don't allow that shit.
But yeah, but played that, a little bit of that. It's pretty cool. And then I gotta freaking get on the Zelda DLC. I don't care what people say, it's not good or whatever. I still want to play it. So I'll check it out and find out for myself.
Cool.
So there's that.
Empire says Floor Kids is lit. Okay, Alex, let the people know what you've been gaming on, sir.
Persona.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's it. There's nothing else to play. It's the only game worth playing.
Oh yeah. There you have it, folks. If you're not playing Persona, go play Persona.
Yeah. Xeno titties can kick rocks for all I care.
Oh my god.
Alright, so as far as me, I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I've also been playing the Zelda Champions Ballad DLC. I've been playing on my boyfriend's account. We've been going old school. When somebody dies, we just pass the controller. So that is
so old school.
That's old school. Yeah.
I haven't done that in ages.
It's been a great experience playing games with someone. So one thing that I can say about the Champions Ballad DLC, I don't know if this is necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but it's not what I expected. But what I have played, I've enjoyed it a great deal. It's very challenging, and I don't know. We're still getting through it. Like, we haven't even really like touched the surface, really, because we've been watching a lot of like TV shows and stuff too.
Casual.
Yeah. So
Casuals.
I know, right? Freaking casuals. And another thing that I played recently, I only played it for a little bit because y'all know my weekends are trash because of my weekend job. But I played a little bit of Monster Hunter World Beta, and that was actually pretty lit. It was a nice change of pace for Monster Hunter, being exposed to PS2 graphics for generations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was good seeing the evolution of Monster Hunter, you know, for myself.
Have you played the beta yet?
I played it a little bit. I only played like one quest.
Oh my god, the beta's awesome.
Yeah, but like from what I have played, I really, and this is one of the things that I actually like about Dauntless that I've been playing here lately. I really love the dynamic movement that the monsters have in this version. Like in previous Monster Hunters, like you knew you were damaging the monster because you could tell when they get a little bit slow that they're obviously you're wearing them down. But in this game, when you hit them, it's like their muscles flinch and junk like that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wild.
That's cool.
It's crazy. So I really do think
when does this game come out?
January something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All I know is that when I played that, is that you cannot button mash, which I like.
Well, you've never been able to button mash.
Well, yeah, but they really made sure that it's not even for like the casual button mash where stuff will happen. You have to put some actual thought into your, fighting. So I guess anybody going in thinking they're just gonna press some buttons, nope.
Buttons, you say?
Buttons. What are buttons?
What are buttons? How do you press them?
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and delve into these topics. So obviously the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start with that Hado Game Awards that happened last Thursday. Was it Thursday or Friday?
Yeah, it was Thursday.
And
wonder what happened.
I know that we're not supposed to watch the Oscars. I know that.
Oh, something about fuck the Oscars.
I learned that from the show.
Yeah, I heard I kept hearing something about
that. The list of the winners, and I can't speak for y'all. I'm pleased, but I am too. Else.
I know. I'm pleased.
For the most part, they got like almost everything right.
All right, so let's talk about the winners first before we talk about the actual show. All right, so we're just gonna go down the Nintendo people. All right, so for best handheld game, it was Metroid: Samus Returns. For best family game, it was Super Mario Odyssey. Best strategy game, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle took that one. Best game direction, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Best action adventure game, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And for those of you guys who are not in the loop, Game of the Year, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, tell me y'all's quick thoughts about how you felt about the overall nominations and the award winners for this year's show. We don't have to do a round table, just talk freely.
I'm happy with it. I think Zelda winning Game of the Year makes sense. It's a very ambitious game. It's a single player game. It's not my Game of the Year, but like I can see why people would choose that, and it's better than PUBG winning, so I have no complaints.
Yeah,
this is fair.
The only kind of award on here I don't agree with is that best narratives, that stupid walking simulator game won. What Remains of Edith Finch. I thought that was atrocious.
Well,
but,
have you played it?
That doesn't matter.
There's
there's like 4 other top tier AAA games that were there.
I think Hellblade should have got it, to be honest.
Yeah, Hellblade or Wolfenstein 2. This is a goddamn walking simulator. Come on.
Well, walking sims are always about the story, though.
Ugh.
But they never hardly win any freaking awards for stuff.
Trash. But other best handheld game, Metroid. That's cool. What else? Nintendo won Mario Odyssey for best family game. I don't agree with that.
I don't see how that's a family game.
Yeah,
that's not really a family game. I thought that would have been Mario Kart 8, but holy shit, what was that? But
fan turning off.
But I guess they wanted to give Mario Odyssey some award. Otherwise, they would have been like they would have been Horizon Zero awarded.
No, stop. Stop.
Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle for best strategy game. That makes sense. That is a very good comprehensive strategy game that is easy to get into, but gets harder as it goes on. So that was a good choice. And then Zelda, best game direction? Sure. Best action adventure? Yeah, that makes sense too.
All right, Coupon.
I'm excited with everything. Like as long as PUBG didn't win anything, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That was just my major concern, was PUBG did not get Game of the Year. As far as the other stuff, I'm okay with them. The only like Alex said with the family game, like that didn't make sense, but okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Other than that, I got really nothing to say. Like I'm satisfied.
All that matters is Persona 5 won best RPG.
Yeah, definitely, because that definitely is the best RPG.
So
Yes.
are you guys actually like shocked and appalled that ARMS didn't get the best sports racing game?
No.
I was actually shocked because you know ARMS is so comprehensive. It's a very in-depth fighting game.
I can't even
won Fighter of the Year.
I can't even be sarcastic about this. No.
What tragic game beat ARMS? I didn't even see. Where is it here?
Best what game is it supposed
Best
to be?
fighting game. I don't see best fighting game.
It's either best fighting or best esports game or something like that.
I thought it was a fighting game.
Maybe not.
I don't think they even have it listed.
They don't have
here.
it even on here.
I don't even.
Yeah,
I think
weird.
it was fighting game, but I don't see it listed on here.
Yeah, they don't have it here.
Yeah.
I guess it was too shameful.
Whatever.
I don't know, man. Anyway, but as far as the actual show itself, now ARMS isn't a bad game. I'm just joking, but it's definitely the best.
ARMS is not a bad game. It's just
But
not the
it's
best
not
fighter
the
that
best
came out this year. That's all. Unless you're Blandrew, I guess.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah,
Yep.
but as far as the actual show itself, it wasn't. It actually was a decent show. It was a lot.
It was
better
a good
than
show.
last year. Like they took out a lot of the stuff that we don't like, which is usually like the random music. Like they had one random music thing, but the rest of it was just like gaming music and like
that opening symphony was great.
Yeah, the opening symphony was great, and then the game of the year little symphony that they had before they announced the winner, like that was amazing. I loved
that was nice.
That was great. It's still too long. Like it's over 3 hours. Like that's too much. And
30 minutes.
My thing is for it to be so long, how are they still having awards off
screen?
Stage,
yeah,
off screen and stuff. Like you have a 3 hour long show, and I see half of these. I don't even know half of the nominees and nominated peoples. Like, stop that. Put them on stage. If you're going to use that time, put them on stage.
If you count up the time, it's like roughly an hour is just commercials.
Yeah.
And sponsors, which have to be there.
Which I understand, right?
That's how they pay for
but when they gave Persona 5 Best RPG in off
screen, and it's like
that's one of the biggest awards they have. That stuff he needs to sort out. Stuff like that, like the award should be given on stage, and the team should be able to walk up, not just only a handful of the awards.
And here's my thing with this,
that's annoying.
Like, I can understand doing certain awards off screen that nobody really cares about.
Yeah, like esports
best Chinese game or best VR game.
You know, certain little things like that, like some best student games and stuff, games for impact. You definitely and games are impact on stage. Fine with that stuff, but the little dumb stuff, put that on the side of the screen. But the best RPG, you got best ongoing game off screen. We don't care about that. Nobody cares. Industry icon, sure you can do on screen.
Like trending gamer, who cares?
Like trending gamers, that's fine. Put that on the side, whatever which they did. I think they gave him.
They brought him on stage.
He was on the side stage though, but it was a stage.
He was on the side.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. For those games, put the ones that you're gonna do off screen on the side stage at least.
Yeah.
So you can
that's the one area they need to fix.
They gotta utilize their time better, basically.
Yeah, definitely. And then the stuff we don't really care about, definitely. Best Chinese game. Okay, cool, whatever.
Whatever.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on from this. So, what also happened, of course, we all don't just watch the Game Awards just for the awards. We watch it because we want to see the premieres. Well, in Nintendo-related news, we got some very good things that happened. So, of course, the Champions Ballad DLC was announced to come out the same day as the awards. And we also got Bayonetta 1 and 2 is coming to the Switch in February.
Yes.
And we also got a legitimate confirmation for Bayonetta 3 being in development for the Nintendo Switch. So that's really exciting news.
And the salt is real.
Is it really that real?
Jelly is so jelly.
It is real.
It is so. I didn't know how jelly it was till I stumbled across Alex's side of the internet. I was like, "Damn, these people are really salty."
I didn't realize. I thought people would have gotten over it by now.
No,
you should just accept the fact that it's basically a Nintendo IP.
It's a Nintendo IP at this point because they're the only ones that put the money down.
They saved the franchise, and she's in Smash. It's not going anywhere
at this point. Goodness. But whatever.
So in Bayonetta news, it has been reported that Bayonetta 1 and 2 is going to be running on the Switch at 720p 60 frames per second if you care about that stuff. So regardless of whether you're playing docked or in handheld mode, it's supposedly 720p 60 frames per second.
I thought the hot shit was to be in 4K 15 FPS.
Oh no.
Isn't that how we like playing our games?
Oh no, but according to this article, it hasn't been confirmed yet by Platinum Games, so I guess
take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. But 720p, I'm okay with. 60 frames per second, I'm 100% okay with.
As long as it's 60 FPS is fine.
A game like that, as long as it runs optimally, that's like what matters the most with games like that.
Yeah, I don't need no frame issues.
Because on the Wii U, it was a 720p game, but it ran at a unlocked frame rate somewhere between 40 and 60. So like the frame rate wasn't solid. But with the Switch's extra horsepower, if they keep it at 720, I expect a locked 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's not, you're going to buy it anyway because it's Bayonetta.
Of course, I'm going to buy it anyways. I'm just saying, like, because it's an unlocked frame rate and it has more horsepower, it should be a non-issue to keep it at 60.
Yeah, as long as it's running optimally, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
Also, in more game announcement and game update news...
and also with Bayonetta, real quick, like if you buy the pack, one of them is a digital code.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care.
So like Bayonetta 1 is digital, Bayonetta 2 is a cartridge.
It's a cartridge, yep.
Okay, so Splatoon got an update.
Ugh, who plays this game anymore?
It got a new ranked mode called Clam Blitz, which is kind of like what's that one mode from Halo? Blitzball. Kind of like Blitzball. So it was updated on the 12th. And also a lot of changes to multiplayer. A lot of changes. Holy crap. I'm not reading all of this. If you're interested in reading Splatoon,
it looks like just small glitches.
Like if you play Splatoon and you want to hear about what the updates are, then you need to go and read that.
Wow, they fixed a lot of glitches.
They fixed
Holy
a lot of stuff. Do you see this list?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. That's crazy.
All right, well there you have it, folks. I'm not reading it, but if you play Splatoon,
I didn't even realize there were this many problems with the game. Holy cow!
My goodness.
And they did a lot of weapon adjusting too.
Yeah, a lot of balancing and stuff like that. From what it looks like.
So is the roller still OP or what?
Is that freaking umbrella still OP?
And the umbrella
is hella OP.
Okay, here, Splatbrella, narrowed area painted with single shot. Increased ink consumption by 10%. Increased damage to canopy from opponents. Good, so you can break it faster. Blaster type weapons by they increased the damage by 38%. That's a lot.
Buff the damn thing.
So if it'll be 38% easier to destroy it with a blaster type and 50% easier to destroy it with a charger type.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty good. Yeah, good, because that thing's overpowered.
It's so frustrating playing online with people who have the umbrella. Frustrating. Alright. Moving on, more game announcement news.
Yay.
Street Fighter 30th anniversary is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Woo!
Capcom is actually doing some good things right now, which is crazy.
How much does it cost? Because the last game is $40. And this has 12 games, so this should be like $500, right?
This one's $40, right?
40?
What?
I do believe it's $40.
$40 for 12 games when they just conned you into getting one game for $40? How could this be?
Man, now it's like I'm low key mad now that so many people bought freaking Street Fighter 2. It's like y'all bought this game for $40.
I'll just put it to you this way: a fool and their money are easily parted.
Well, there you have it.
Well, all I know is I'm glad I didn't waste my money on one game when I could have got 12. So
now we're getting 12 games.
If you just,
to be honest,
if you just sit back and wait,
this is good.
It's coming out in May of next year, you guys. If you're interested in this,
Yeah.
I grew up on Street Fighter, so I already know for a fact I'm probably gonna get this.
Yeah, this is a good deal. 12 games for $40. You can't really argue with that.
Like I'm not like a hardcore fighter person.
but I know I want me some Street Fighter.
Yeah,
sometime
but there's certain fighting franchises that I'm nostalgic for, like Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
And,
What the hell is Nightbot? Why does it keep blocking Nell?
It does not like Nell.
If you are writing in all caps, it's probably gonna block you.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, don't do the all cap. Poor guy.
I've been thinking about taking that off because
I had to take my Nightbot off.
Is it like an auto mod or something?
Yeah, it's an auto mod. That
So
motherfucker.
it's bad
They don't play. They don't play.
Nightbot is on it. On top of it,
like as soon as you do something that they don't like, it will tell you. It is like, dude, chill. No, they gotta go.
And Jody, I saw your comment about 4K. We're not crapping on 4K. We're just saying frames. When you're talking about video games, frames is always more important to me, anyways, than resolution. Like if you have a game that's 4K, but it runs like trash, like I don't care. I would rather have a solid 60 frame per second game, even if it's 720p.
Yeah, like if they took PUBG and reduced it down to 1080p, it would at least be locked at 30 FPS.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's to me a better deal.
That's a better experience
than super high resolution, and then the game doesn't run as optimally as it could, because video games are a very interactive medium. If your gameplay is hindered because it's trying to be pretty, I'm not feeling
That's a problem. I'm not feeling that.
I'm not feeling that.
Like, this is just a legit question for the audience, anybody listening. Do you want a game that looks pretty and runs shitty, or do you want a game that runs shitty, or runs great, but has some decent prettiness look to it? Looks decently pretty. You get one or the other. You just get one or the other.
Frame rate is always more important.
Yeah, I would rather have a smoother frame rate than a prettier, like crisper image.
Can you imagine how shit Splatoon would be if it was 30 FPS, but it was like 1440p or some shit like that?
And I think that's the problem. Some people just still don't know what, frames per second is all about. They don't understand the whole frames against, graphics and stuff. Like, graphics is just a pretty coat of paint.
Graphics is like, it's like the icing on top of the cake.
It's pretty much like a car. It's just your paint a car, and the frames is how you're in.
If the is trash, then the cake is trash.
Yeah, so if you got a nice looking car that runs shitty, you still want that?
Well, like, you can have better graphics at 1080p than 4K, depending on the textures and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, let's say, for example, PUBG runs at 4K at, like, below low settings, and it has terrible frame rate, where they could have instead put it at 1080p with, like, medium or high settings at 30 FPS. It'd be a better game.
It would be a better game.
And it would look better, too.
Because a lot of people don't realize this. When you have a game that runs better, it also looks better because, like, it's moving faster. The refresh rate is faster. It's
better.
smoother.
It's better on your eyes.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, however you feel about it is how you feel about it. And I'm not saying that you should agree with me. But I would rather have a game that's 720p and 60 frames per second than like 4K and it dips down to like in the single digits. That's all.
Yeah, and don't think I'm like shitting on 4K here. I literally just bought a 4K TV this month, so like, and a PS4 Pro. Like, I like 4K. I'm just saying, given the option, 60 FPS is better than 4K.
Yeah. Like, if you're talking about movies, okay, highest fidelity possible. If you're talking about games, that's a different thing. Like, people compare games to movies a lot. And I notice a lot of gamers these days are like that. They want the crisper image bar none. And that's fine if that's your thing. But if we're talking about gameplay, I'm a gameplay focused person.
Yeah, just imagine how much better Zelda would have been if it was 60.
Yes, Jody, I would rather have 720p, 60 frames per second than 4K 30 frames per second.
Oh yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
a gamer. I want my games to play as optimally as possible. I play games on my PC right now at 100 plus frames. So that's me. That's my preference. But anyway, I don't know. I think that
moving on,
we're
I guess.
off topic. We're off topic. No. All right. So now we're going to move on. Another game that's like a Zelda-esque game called Blossom Tales is coming to the eShop on December the 21st. And it's from the same people who made, what's that one game? The one that's like top-down Wind Waker. I forgot the name of that game.
Oceanhorn?
Oceanhorn. It's made by the same people who made Oceanhorn. So if you like that style of game, it's coming out in a couple of weeks? Days? Wait a minute, on the 21st.
So the next week then.
Next week? Okay.
The game looks pretty dope. Like it's for a Zelda clone game, this looks pretty damn good. Yeah. Much better than Oceanhorn.
Yeah. That's what's up. So that's an option if you guys are interested in those type of games. If you guys are still waiting for Smash Brothers, it ain't coming yet, but Brawl Out is coming on December 19th. Which is in a couple of days. And it's going to be coming with Juan from Guacamelee as one of the characters. So if you love Guacamelee, you will be able to play as Juan in Brawl Out on the Switch version on the 19th.
Didn't this guy just recently ask people if they wanted the game on the Switch?
You know, it's funny how fast this game is coming out because it's almost like...
He must have been working on it the whole time.
Yeah, like it was already being made. So why would
there's no, because that was not even a month ago. Because I remember we were laughing at this. Like the guy was asking if Nintendo fans wanted a Smash Brothers style game on the Switch before Smash Brothers is out. Like that's common sense. Yeah, like that must have been being made at that point. I guess he was just trolling.
Maybe. But it's being made and it's coming out soon. So if you guys like that, then it's coming out.
It actually looks like a good game.
Yeah, it does look like a good game.
It's pretty much like Smash Brothers indie characters.
Yeah, Smash Brothers with indies.
Which is cool. I want some more indie guys in there, though.
Mm-hmm.
They need to put Shantae in there.
Shantae, Shovel Knight.
I want Shantae and Shovel Knight in the actual Smash Brothers, to be honest. But
why can't we have both? Put it in both.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care either one. Cool. But I would really like to have it in Smash as well. If
put
not,
Golf Story guy in Brawl Out. He could use a club.
Golf Story guy.
She said Golf Story guy.
Golf Story guy.
Need Mina from Battle Chef Brigade in there too.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
She a badass.
So we're gonna move on to the next game, a survivor horror game called Sadness and Solitude is coming to the Switch, Wii U, and 3DS.
What?
This story?
Wii U? What the hell is that?
Listen, this story actually has some backstory.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game that was being made during the Wii era. And it went into limbo for a little while. And then it came back and they were like, oh yeah, we're making it for the Wii U. Then it went back into obscurity. And now we're hearing from it again. That's the only reason why I'm mentioning it. Like I'm not really excited for this.
Still coming to Wii U and 3DS.
Yes.
That's crazy.
But this is a game that kind of went into obscurity. It's been going through it was canceled or something. Video. And then it came back up, and then it left again, then it came back up, and it's finally coming out in 2018. I don't know what it looks like yet.
Mm-hmm.
It was being made for the Wii. Everybody was because it was under the original name called Sadness, and then I guess as development progressed forward,
they went into Solitude.
Sadness and Solitude. So I don't know.
Sadness, they went into Solitude.
Know if maybe they were inspired because they had some ups and downs of this game, but
that's the whole thing behind this. Is sadness of trying to make it, and then they went into Solitude because it wasn't happening. Here we are.
So here we are. It's coming out next year. So hopefully it actually does come
out.
Well,
we'll believe it when I see it here.
When I see it and when I see what it is, then we'll.
Not gonna lie, the very fact that it's coming to the Wii U makes me lose interest in this game.
Oh no!
Of course it does.
It's like that.
R.I.P. Alright. Titan Quest is coming to the Switch next year.
Oh, it's by Nordic. Okay.
Nordic,
It's
huh?
an RPG by THQ Nordic, and it's actually an old game that they remastered and like brought back. Like on Steam, it's Titan Quest Anniversary. I don't know if this one is the original one or if it's Titan Quest Anniversary, but if it's not Titan Quest Anniversary, I don't care. So,
it would make sense for it to be the anniversary one, though.
If it's not, I don't care.
Available languages, remastered graphics, console.
Oh, so it is Titan Quest Anniversary.
Highly customizable characters, conquest monsters of legend, explore. About Titan Quest Console Edition.
Yeah. It kind of puts you in the mind of like God of War, but like top down.
Cool. That sounds like my kind of game.
Yeah, it's an interesting looking game. I've always wanted to get it on Steam.
Oh shit, y'all! I can play it with Polish text.
Oh no, here we go.
You get Japanese text too.
Yeah.
I want Polish text. Is there audio too? Oh shit, I'm gonna play with Polish text and German audio.
Oh my goodness.
Shit.
You have to stream that.
It's gonna be incredible.
You're gonna be trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what did they say?
And this game does have online multiplayer, just so y'all know.
Oh, cool.
Titan
co-op.
Quest.
So if you guys are interested in games like that,
Hashtag Titans out in the chat. Hashtag Titans out.
hashtag Titans out.
Alright, let me watch some gameplay of this real quick.
Alright, so
What's in the next one?
those of you guys who have not heard of this next game, they announced it at PSX last year, and people were really intrigued by this game because you know what Sony did for baseball with the MLG, not MLG, what's it called? Is MLG?
MLB.
What is that game called? The freaking baseball game. I'm losing my...
Yeah, MLB. He just said that.
MLB. I said MLG. Freaking
Yeah, but I said MLB.
Yeah, and then he said
I thought
MLB.
you said MLD. I was like, what? That don't sound But yeah, so basically it looked...
Major League Duh? I don't think so.
It looked like from PSX what Sony did with that baseball game with tennis. That game is not exclusive, which I was actually kind of surprised about. And it's going to be coming to the Switch in May. And I don't know if there's any actual Switch footage. It's just kind of been like announced. And this article here is just the footage from PSX. So if you like tennis...
I see. Okay.
If you like tennis, then maybe you could look forward to that either on the Switch or the PlayStation 4. So
that's very ugly, though.
Yeah.
I feel like it looked better when we saw it last year, though, because I remember
boring, just like tennis is.
Like I remember,
no, tennis is hype as shit. I'm just like visually, this game is hideous.
I remember seeing it at PSX. It didn't look that bad.
I'm just watching the video now from the article. Like, this is pretty bad.
Maybe it's just the screenshot from the video, and then
no, I'm watching the video right now.
No, it's actual video footage. It looks pretty bad.
I
it says alpha in-game footage.
Like, this must be like some old video or something.
Well, it does say alpha in-game.
It says alpha in-game footage.
Hopefully it's not this bad.
I mean, it's not gonna look good on the Switch, but on the PlayStation.
Well, like it shouldn't look this bad though.
Even on the Switch.
There's some good-looking games on the Switch.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Maybe they'll polish it up once it comes closer.
This looks like an early 3DS game.
Oh damn.
At least from what I'm watching right now.
Alright, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and go on to our main topic.
Alright.
Sales.
Woo!
Oh,
we're not really a podcast about sales, but this is actually very good information for Nintendo and for the Switch and anybody who owns one. So for those of you guys who missed the announcement, the Nintendo Switch has officially sold 10 million units worldwide.
Oh!
And it's only been out for 9
months.
And how many did the Wii U sell in its full lifetime? Like what, 14 million?
About 13 something.
Like 15, like 14 million in like 5 years.
In 5 years.
13.8, something like that.
Switch knocked that out in less than a year.
Under 14. And yeah, the Switch knocked
and the Switch is like literally knocked like a good more than half of that out.
Way more than half. They're like 90% there.
Yeah, they only need 4 million more to just be like, okay, you were relevant.
And that's before Black Friday and stuff.
Yeah,
that's like that's not including November, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they count November.
You think so?
I mean,
I'm not sure. It doesn't specify.
They themselves would have the actual numbers, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't know them, but they would know them.
Yeah, well, either way, there's still 3 months left.
Yeah.
And it's been selling at a pace of over 1 million a month. So even if they keep at the same pace, they're gonna at least tie, if not surpass us, with the Wii U in 1 year. That's absolutely nuts.
That's crazy. I like that.
It almost perfectly ties up in line with what I predicted, which was 12 million for year 1.
I said 8.
Yeah, I remember Retro said 1.
I remember that. I was on that podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so in more sales news, the Switch just recently came out in South Korea, and it sold 55,000 units in South Korea in 3 days.
Cool.
That's pretty good news.
Good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. The system launched on December 1st.
They're kind of like Japanese crowd where they don't really buy home consoles too often either. So the fact that this
I need a data point to compare it to. Like what did like the PS4 or something do?
That's a good. They don't have any information on that, which sucks.
I feel like 55,000 in 3 days is still pretty good for South.
But for example, like the Xbox One X in Europe did 80,000 in 1 day, and that thing sucks. So like 55,000 to me. No, I mean sorry, not Europe, UK.
Yeah, that's Europe.
South Korea is pretty big.
In South Korea,
it is big in South Korea, but
in South Korea, I don't really think that like they've invaded like the gaming market like that, though. Have they? Like, are they really?
No, South Korea is pretty big on the gaming.
South Korea loves gaming. That's where
they love gaming. Like that's where esports kind of.
Yeah, that's where esports started.
Oh, okay. I'm ignorant.
So that's kind of why the 55.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That kind of sounds low. I don't know. I have nothing to compare it to because I don't know what.
It's like the first 3 days, which is not. I mean, I don't know. They're gaming out there. I don't know if they're more like static home console or PC. I think they're mostly PC. So this is fairly good considering that they're mostly PC.
Yeah, they're mainly PC gamers.
They're mainly PC gamers.
55,000 is not bad. I'm just like
because they got the PC bongs and stuff out there that they go to on a regular.
Yeah.
So like Korean gamers are like mostly on the PC and try to get
It says it outpaced DS, 3DS, and Wii, so that's pretty good.
Oh, that's good, I guess.
And it's already outperformed the launch months of each of those systems. So okay, that's cool. Okay. That's good.
All right, and so the last thing, as far as sales news is concerned, is that at least 3 Nintendo titles have have sold at least to half the install base of the Switch. So I'm gonna read this little blurb here. It says the lineup of Nintendo published games also has fueled Switch sales, Fizeme says. So this is a quote from Reggie. He says 3 titles have been purchased by more than 50% of Switch owners. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which won Game of the Year at the 2017 Game Awards, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Super Mario Odyssey. Another title, third-person shooter Splatoon 2, has been purchased by 1 in 4 Switch owners, he said. So
that's like 2.5 million.
Mm-hmm. So those games have sold pretty well, considering the install base of their Switch. So I guess that's pretty good news as well.
I'm surprised that Mario has already caught up to Zelda.
Yeah, that's not crazy. Actually surprising.
Well, Zelda came out in March, guys. Like Mario came out in October. It's already tied.
Yeah, but that's Mario. You expect it to do that.
That's true too.
Like, I'm not surprised
like
at
Mario
all.
and Zelda are like the big sellers.
Yeah, like Zelda usually has a little bit.
I was like, that's really good because I remember 3D World sold really poorly at the beginning.
Yeah,
and it ended up only selling 3 million or something like that. So this already sold 5 million in 2 months? Not even. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it came out.
Came out the end of October.
Oh, it came out in October, end of October.
Yeah. So it was about a month, maybe a month and a half worth of sales, depending when they did this counting. But 5 million that quickly, that is incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. So I guess our main topic is gonna be Nintendo Switch has sold 10 million. Now what? So what does that mean for Nintendo going forward?
Well, it's doomed, that's for sure.
Well, what does it mean? It means that all the haters are wrong.
Nintendo
That's
is
crazy.
doomed.
Nintendo is doomed.
Nintendo's doomed, y'all.
So I know that before the Switch actually came out, I projected that the Switch would sell about 6 to 8 million units in its first year. I was 100% wrong.
I'm still on pace to being right.
And you said what? What was your projection?
I said 12.
You said 12?
You said 12, and then Coupon, what did you say?
I don't have a single clue, but I know I wasn't as low as you, and I wasn't as high as him. I was probably in the middle.
I said 10 or something.
Something like that. So they already met my goal, so that's good.
That's good.
And Retro, you are out here looking like a fool, sir. 1 million, you're dumber than BG.
No.
Wait, what?
Retro thought the Switch was going to sell 1 million in its first year.
Yeah.
Well, it did, so he's right, but it went past that too.
Well, if he ain't wrong that way, that's a very
he ain't wrong
way of looking at it.
He ain't wrong. It did sell 1 million. It just went past what you expected.
No, it says only going to sell 1 million.
Oh, did he say only, or did he say millions? Just say million.
Only going to sell 1 million.
Only, okay. Well, it only sold 1 million and more.
Yeah.
Plus 9.
Plus 9.
Oh shit! December 21st, Mom Hid My Game comes out.
Stop. Game of the year is coming, y'all.
That is the real game of the year. This is the only game that's going to get me off Persona.
I mean.
No way, stop.
I can't take him seriously. I can't take you seriously.
That's
stop.
Incredible.
No way.
Look at that. She holds the game right in front of your face, and you're like, "What's up, bitch?" And she's like, "You can't have this shit." It's going to be amazing.
That's too much. So, okay, so I don't even know how I want to frame this really. My brain is like, all of a sudden it's not working. So we know that the Switch has had a stellar first year.
Mm-hmm.
That has been pretty clear. I mean, it sold 10 million units. Even the games are selling very well on the Switch. Even the third-party games that you really didn't think were going to be selling that well are selling well. So how do you think that this is going to transform Nintendo's entire outlook or their entire mindset going forward? I guess that's really what I was trying to go with this. Like, what do you see them going now that the sales are there?
VR.
VR?
No, not yet.
I think we're really gonna see them ramp down on 3DS.
Yeah.
What do you mean ramp down on 3DS?
Like, we already know like Pokemon's coming over. We know Fire Emblem's coming over. Any other major 3DS title that handheld games usually come over, I think they're gonna like stop putting them on 3DS entirely faster than we had initially hoped for. So that's a good thing, because this thing is taking off way faster than they thought it would.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I don't know. I agree with you. I think for me, what they're gonna do next is, like, somebody was saying, I was having a conversation with somebody on Twitter today about the Switch, and like they seemed like they were kind of unhappy or slightly jaded or something, because they were saying that right now Nintendo puts them in the mind of a student who is in finals time, and they're basically crunching, or what do you call that when you study at the very last minute or something? That's like a crunch. Then you end up
crunch time.
So he basically said Nintendo's giving him the impression that he is a student during finals time who's crunching the night before the test and then aces the test. And I have to say that I wholeheartedly disagree with that person.
I think everything they've done has been very calculated.
I think they learned their lesson from past mistakes, and they're taking into consideration those mistakes.
This guy thinks whoever it is, I don't really care. Right. Whoever it is, they believe Nintendo rushed a console and didn't know what they were doing and just happened to be successful.
It just happened to be successful.
And I wholeheartedly
sounds like the PS4 to me.
Oh no!
I mean, it's the argument.
But yeah, so like, I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I think that Nintendo has been very calculated in the way that they've been handling the Switch, down to the types of games that they've released in the first year.
There's been a couple mistakes, like letting Sonic Forces on, but for the most part, it's been really good.
Yeah, but like from the pacing of the games,
still learning though.
the pacing of the games, from the
pacing has been a lot better this year.
Definitely
from the
a lot
games
better.
that they've decided to put out at certain points of the year, from the marketing. And as far as where I think that they're going to go next, since the sales are there, I really do think that they're going to up the ante with the types of games that we get, that we're getting. Like, we've already gotten our big time Mario and our big time Zelda in the first year. And I think that we're finally going to get that Nintendo that's going to give us new IPs out the wazoo, maybe even some, go back in that treasure trove of IPs, go back in that vault and pull out some things. Because when you think about it, like, there's no way that Nintendo, if this were Nintendo from any other generation, there's no way they would have, quote unquote, blown their load with Zelda and Mario.
Right, and Mario in the first year.
So I'm of the opinion that they've got some bangers coming down the pipeline, some new stuff, probably some old stuff that we haven't seen in a long time, and they're going to blow the socks off of us, I think.
We know they're pressuring the Pokemon team to get that out in 2018. Yeah. We know that Shin Megami Tensei is on the way. We know a full-on Fire Emblem is on the way. Kirby's on the way. Yoshi's on the way. Those are, as far as I know, all slated for 2018 at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's 5 months covered already. And then there's Retro with whatever the hell they've been working on for the last 20 years. Bayonetta 3's on the way. That's coming in February.
Of the year.
Yeah, that's starting off the year, basically.
Yeah.
It's like 2018 starting to shape up to be a great year for them. There's obviously still secrets. There's obviously some third-party games we don't know about yet. Capcom is starting to unload games on the Switch now, so that's cool. EA they're still whatever. They got that Fee game coming. That looks like a cool game. Activision's completely MIA. But it looks like there's more Japanese devs coming on board, which is cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that was something they were missing a lot last gen. So they got a lot more support now, and the console's selling like crazy. So like I think they're gonna drop some bombs. We already got a new IP with ARMS. That was in the first year, so I expect at least one or two.
Oh yeah, and then that Travis touchdown game too at some point.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be more of a smaller scale game.
Yeah, I know, but it's something.
Still, it's gonna be cool, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they look like they've from my perspective, it looks like they've actually really taken into consideration the flop that was the Wii U and the good and the bad that came with it. And I think they brought over the good, added to that, and then they learned from the bad. But there's still some areas that they need some work on. Let's not get that twisted. They're still working on that. But I mean, overall, we can all say that, hey, this has been a great year. If you have a Switch, it's definitely been a great year. So they definitely learned some lessons. I'm just at this point curious about the online, and I want to say that they're going to do good with it, because with how they're doing good with everything else right now, I want to say that the reason that they took so long to roll out what we're supposed to expect from online is because they're really taking into consideration how good they can make it.
Retool it, so
I think they want to make it as best as possible. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm still kind of, cautiously wary. And we'll see how that goes. But that's like, not the end all be all, because a good portion of their games don't have to be online, which is great.
Yeah. and also keep in mind those Wii HD games are coming to the Nvidia Shield next year. Mm-hmm. So that's something that could easily come over to the Switch.
Definitely, and that would be so interesting.
It's the 6-year anniversary of Skyward Sword. That could be something they bring over. Get rid of those stupid motion controls and
definitely.
I like the motion controls.
Oh, I don't.
Here's the thing. Give me the option to turn them off.
Yeah, exactly.
Please. Give me the option to turn that crap off.
I shouldn't suffer because Miyamoto wants to waggle a dildo in the air.
No, I actually like the motion controls in Zelda.
Well, if there's an option to turn it off, that's even better. What's the problem?
There's no problem.
She's just reaffirming that she likes the motion controls. Great. HD Rumble will be perfect then for Skyward Sword, but I'll probably turn it off. But overall, I want to stay positive with Nintendo, but you always got to be cautiously wary, because it's always at some point you hit that pit hole.
I'm sure they're gonna do something stupid.
Yeah, it's always that one point they hit that pit hole, and you're just like,
probably the biggest thing we'll have an issue with this in 2018 is probably going to be that online system.
Yeah, definitely.
And
That's going to
be a big thing for me.
But like, I would rather have a problem with that than a problem with their game out.
Their actual games, yeah.
As long
as their games are coming out.
The two.
As long as their games are coming out.
Hulu, so Netflix should be around the corner. I know it might explode your Switch apparently, but
you gotta pay $10 now since you know the prices went up.
And I know some guys out here, little Puppet Man, he doesn't want people to have Netflix, but I'm sorry, Puppet Man, I want Netflix on my Switch.
Oh no. Alright, so we're gonna go into questions. Let's see what we have here. Shout out to everybody who's in the Discord right now for questions. You guys are the realest of MVPs. So we have a question here from Matthew Pipes. He says, what timeline do you think Bayonetta 3 will take place? I haven't finished Bayonetta 2, so I can't answer that question.
Ooh.
What?
What is this blasphemy I just heard?
I didn't finish it.
Oh my God.
Okay, you're just on. Get out. Stop.
Yeah,
we're done. We're done with this podcast.
We're ending the show. We'll
be back next week with the new host.
It's been another week of Team Red Talks Nintendo. I hope you guys had a good time.
Alright, so what do y'all think the timeline is going to look like for Bayonetta?
It's confusing because she's dressed up as Bayonetta 1 Bayonetta.
I know. That is confusing. So I think there's going to be some time traveling.
Just for the sake of making a teaser.
I think there's gonna be some time traveling, probably.
Because like I do like her regular costume better than Bayonetta 2 costume, but I like the Bayonetta 2 hair better, like her haircut.
I love the Bayonetta 2 hair.
Yeah, you didn't play the game. Please calm down. But
I played the game. I didn't finish.
You didn't finish. That's even worse.
How? I played the game.
So
you didn't
I don't
finish.
know what they could do. Like I don't think. I would prefer it to carry on after Bayonetta 2, but
really, I would too.
For people who had beaten the game, you would realize that there's something that happens at the end that I don't think they can really continue with that storyline. But
yeah, true.
Would it be a prequel? Because like technically, we've already had a prequel.
I don't want a prequel.
We'll see. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's Platinum. They got this.
Get to shoot things, then that's all that matters.
Like Platinum got this. We're
gonna have a sassy witch that shoots things, and it's gonna be amazing. And
the only reason that we're ragging on you because like two super fans of Bayonetta and the fact that you're with us and you didn't finish. Like, come on, that's why. I know you don't, but I'm just giving.
Shameful.
I'm letting the audience know too. She doesn't care though.
That is heresy.
That's total. Like two super fans like us, and you're gonna tell us you didn't finish that. You should have kept that to yourself.
Yeah, I'm good. Y'all are fine.
She's like, it's whatever.
Let me see from Muhammad Alavi. He says,
and before that, like people, if you want to ask questions, you have to put them in the Discord. By the way,
yeah,
just so you know, yeah.
He says, what third-party studio do you want to see? I feel like he's asked us this before. What third-party studio do you want to see develop an exclusive for the Switch? And
EA.
Future third-party collaborations do you want to see with existing Nintendo IPs?
EA.
No, stop.
I want EA to make a sports game with Mario characters.
No, and all the DLC and some.
And I want loot boxes.
No, I definitely
want
microtransactions.
No.
And I want the freaking.
Actually, you know what'd be amazing? You have to buy an amiibo to unlock a loot box.
Stop.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the future.
Yeah.
That's the future.
Stop it.
That's what I want.
No, you don't want that?
You don't want that? You don't want... I have a shelf of amiibos. If they can unlock loot boxes, I'll be happy.
No.
Yeah, I'm good. I got a whole bag full of...
I got a whole bag. I got shelves of amiibo. If they can give me loot boxes and Mario...
If they make a game based off of that, I'm rich.
I'm good.
No.
I'll get a power-up. I'll get slam dunks from across the court.
Stop it. No. Freaking out. Well, I'm going to answer this since...
But for real though,
in a for real fashion, since we've been getting a lot of Mega Man news, why can't we have freaking Samus and Mega Man team up? They're basically like
that'd be
similar
interesting.
things.
That would be interesting.
Tight, like a side scrolling thing. I'm actually considering a freaking mashup with Capcom. This is crazy. But yeah,
Capcom and Nintendo working together. They're probably just gonna put it on PS4 and call it a day.
Oh my god. You don't like Mega Man?
I love Mega Man. I'm just saying Capcom.
No, her boyfriend's speaking blasphemy in the background, I believe.
You don't like Mega Man?
He said, why would you put some blasphemy like that together?
First of all, both of them are classics.
Well, that is
How
true.
dare
Metroid
you?
would hold Mega Man down.
Oh, damn.
I think Mega Man.
Mega Man, more like Mega Boy. LOL. Shut up, Arvin.
Shut up.
Let's see, what other questions do we have?
I don't know what other third party I want to work with Nintendo.
What are your hopes, expectations for the Star Fox franchise?
I was just about to read that with freaking.
I want them to make a real Star Fox game. What's the problem?
A good Star Fox.
First, just a good Star Fox game first.
That's what they gotta do. They gotta distract Miyamoto with a stupid Pikmin movie.
Yes.
Let him do that, and while he's wasting his time on that, Platinum can give us the Star Fox game that we saw in Bayonetta 2.
Exactly.
Thank you. That's it. That's all I ever wanted.
That's all I wanted.
It was the Star Fox I saw in Bayonetta 2. I was like, holy shit, that's what I want. And what did we get? Not that.
That was so fun. And it was only like a couple minutes. That was better than the entirety of Star Fox Zero.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
And then when they announced that freaking Platinum was working on Star Fox and stuff, then we find out.
Everybody was hyped. Yeah. It turned out to be what it was.
And then it
was the CT. I was like, like, who said this was okay? And who greenlit this? I'm
pretty sure that game was my biggest disappointment of that year.
Like, I just opted out. I knew it wasn't gonna. Like, when I was looking, I'm opting out right now because I'm not gonna be disappointed.
I remember I beat that game in one sitting of a live stream.
I saw that and it was hilarious. I watched your entire live stream. I'm like, bro, this looks terrible.
I couldn't believe how short that game is and how bad it was.
I might go back and watch that actually. Like, so serious.
It's so sad. Poor thing.
I'm gonna answer 2 more and then I think I'm gonna bounce.
Alright.
Alright, so Muhammad Alavi said, which Switch title in your collection has the most and least playtime?
I don't know how to check that because this thing doesn't chart time.
It only gives you an estimate, but it doesn't give
I can give you one at the top of my head.
I think it's Breath of the Wild.
I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild is my most played.
Yeah, I think that's everyone's
most. My least played actually is Splatoon because I put it in for like 2 minutes and then never went back.
For my least, I guess, is Rocket League, because I only played that one day.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it would be Rocket League for me, too, because
You actually got that game?
Yeah, I got it. I've been had it for a while.
Alright, well, I would say my most played is obviously Zelda. And then my least played would probably be ARMS.
But that's a fighter of the year, according to Blinder.
No.
Right.
No.
No? No? You sure?
No.
The new Nintendo soundtrack makes you feel really happy.
Yeah, you got springy arms. You can go left and right.
Stop.
You know what sucks about that? Right, it's not even a Nintendo soundtrack that came to mind when you feel really happy inside. Matthew says for a question.
Oh, that's gonna be my last question. All right, cool. Matthew Pipe says, which Nintendo soundtrack makes you feel really happy inside? It makes you feel like you're in the game. Any song from Xenoblade Chronicles X, because I still sang the flying song to this day. I was singing it the other day. My boyfriend told me to shut up, and I didn't. It was amazing. I love it.
For me, that's easy. The jump up Mario song while you're playing the Donkey Kong area.
Oh, that is love. That is love. When that girl sang it at the Game Awards, everybody.
That was awesome.
And I was like, oh
yeah, that was so much fun.
Yes.
I actually don't have one, unfortunately, not right now.
Don't worry about the future.
I'm sorry, I don't have a Nintendo soundtrack that just really makes me want to be in the game. But I do have a soundtrack song that I am still in love with that is in freaking Persona. It's always been in Persona. Like, until I play another game.
See it coming.
Yeah.
You'll see.
It's always so hype, and then I like that it gets super hype when you go to the castle.
Yes.
But until then, as far as a Nintendo song,
I like the little Persona music when the character finally reveals their persona. That's nice.
That's pretty cool too. But yep, that's it. I don't really have any Nintendo S. things.
Damn.
I would say Zelda, but they don't have too much music in there that's
sucks.
memorable. Most of their music is just kind of like on the fly.
It's just
like,
background sounds,
yeah.
basically.
Unfortunately, I hope that's something that they fix for the next Zelda, that we get actual orchestrated music again.
To be fair, the main theme of Zelda is lit. That
yeah, they have that, but I'm just talking about while I'm in the game.
That's like the generic Zelda song, though.
Not really.
It's a remake, actually. Yeah. It's still the generic song, but it just has an extra
little bit.
But like in the game, when I'm playing the game, there's really no music that puts me in the game, because you just hear ambient shit. You just hear sounds. You hear animals, crickets, and shit, and then every once in a while you hear like a piano playing when you're rolling around in a Guardian and stuff. But like, that shit'll happen. As soon as you hear that, you're like, oh fuck.
I used to be like freaked out when I heard that, and then at the end of the game, I was just like, oh, get the fuck away from me.
Right now, like it'll phase you after a while.
Yeah.
So funny, because in the beginning you're freaked out, and toward the end you're just like, it's just annoyance now. It's
it's just becomes an annoyance. Like, get the hell out of here! Shield bash and like take him down.
I don't have time for you.
Rip off his legs. Chun. So
if you want to go with like just a sound, I would say that the Guardian music that comes on would freak me out in the beginning, and then toward the end of the game, I'm just like, this is an annoying piece of shit.
That music used to give me like mini heart attacks every time.
Yeah. At the beginning,
I remember the memes that popped up from that. They had like a little picture or something of Link run. Here's the music. Then he's like looking around, and then he's running.
The first time you hear it, it's really freaky.
It's really freaky, because you're like, what is this music? And then you see this thing skittering across the round. Like a little, and you're like, what is that? And then it starts beaming a light at you, and you're like, well, what do I do? And you're trying to get away from the light, you don't know, and then it just shoots you. You're just like, I can't block that.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you can, but you didn't know it at first. But it's a fun moment.
Mario Kart has a lot of good music too.
Yeah, it does.
That orchestra, the jazz. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Definitely.
I think ARMS has really weak music.
It doesn't have anything memorable.
Well, the thing about ARMS is it's the same song, but in various like
styles. Yeah. It's okay, but like I feel like they didn't try as hard with some of the games. They have really good music.
Because like think about it, like the ARMS theme is the ARMS thing. But then, like, when you're in, say, like, for example, Ribbon Girl's theme, it's just the ARMS thing in, like, a poppy, like, style, because she's, like, a rock star. You know?
What about Splatoon? Like,
that gets passed because Pearl got bars.
Yeah, Pearl.
So funny.
Pearl is the GOAT.
I don't hear nobody say Pearl and Marina all day. They're way better than the Squid Sisters.
Oh, way better.
100% better. Alright, you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. My boyfriend and I are gonna continue watching more Legion, which is a lit show, by the way, if you like stuff like that. Legion is amazing, and if you like X-Men, you should definitely watch it.
Whack.
You're the X-Men fan. You should watch it.
I probably will. I know. I will eventually. I'm just not
like
right
if
now.
Like if the X-Men movies were like Legion, like they would be lit. Like
when Fox gets bought out by Disney or whatever the hell.
Yeah, that's
I can fuck a Legion. I want my real X-Men.
Legion is pretty tight though.
As usual, Ruby, you are wrong. The Squid Sisters are not better, and Splatoon 1 does not have better music. So
why do people say?
Why are you always wrong all the time?
Why do people say the Squid Sisters are better? They have no swag.
They had none.
Their songs suck. They're ugly. They got no swag.
That's why one of them's missing, because she knew she found out her shit stank and she had to get out.
I'm saying
it stank.
Frig. Y'all be on it, man. I tell you. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna let my co-hosts go ahead and give out their outros. Alex, give your outro. Let the people know where they can find you.
Okay. What's going on, people? ActiveSyn here. Here's another episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. This was a fun show. You can find me on Twitter at ActiveSyn Gaming, all one word. And then on YouTube, it's just ActiveSyn. And make sure to join our Discord. It should be in the description of this video. or when I re-upload the video, you can find it there as well. We only take questions from this section in the Discord now, and we're just chilling in there, pretty much just talking shit all day.
Shit all day. Pretty much. Okay, so I am Coupon. You can find me at my usual hideouts, which is on Twitter now, which is a lie. You can find me at Coupon on Twitter, and you can find me on Twitch at Coupon, as well as YouTube and Facebook, Coupon Strive.
Alright, well, you guys already know who I am. It's your girl, Nia, the Video Game Her. You can find me on Twitter at the Video Game Her. You can find me on Twitch at Nia Loves Ninty. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Video Game Her. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We got up to about 35 people watching today, and about 30 people are watching right now. So thank you guys so much for coming through. Sorry, I seem very low energy today. I don't know. I'm just kind of out of it today.
30 people with 15 likes. Where's the half of you?
I'm
What's
saying,
right?
Where's the other 15 likes at, though?
I'm saying, bless this channel. What's going on?
I just saw it went up 1, so that's good.
They're like, oh, stop, let me hit it now before he uses
get call them out, let them know. Come through, watch the show, don't even show no love.
And also hit that like button when I re-upload this tomorrow.
They're gonna dislike your video. They always do. They be trolling the hell out of him. He just gets dislikes.
And EJ Johnston is in the chat speaking facts. X-Men are 100% the best Marvel characters, period.
Done.
Disagree, but whatever.
The X-Men are the best, period. Who's better than the X-Men?
Nobody. Shut up.
Spider-Man.
No.
Oh, whatever.
No.
Yeah, Spider-Man's the best.
No.
Nah. He joined the X-Men, so what?
Like,
he's the ruler of everything.
Nobody is.
He joined the X-Men at some point. Like, he's like, come on.
Nobody is ever gonna beat the X-Men. Period.
Never.
You're comparing an entire team versus one person. If you're saying X-Men, you have to tell the specific character.
Everybody's better.
All of them. Freaking Storm better than them. Freaking Rogue better than them. Gambit better than them. Wolverine.
You're crazy.
Cyclops.
The only one that competes with him is Deadpool and Wolverine. Everyone else is trash compared to Spider-Man.
Whatever. Stop. I'm gonna need you to stop.
Trash.
Anyways, y'all.
We out of here.
Bounce. Thank you guys for coming. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Spider-Man! Spider-Man!